That night, dozens of cameras flashed as Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe appeared on stage together for a special press conference. No one expected that the event, which was only announced as a meeting with fans, would turn into one of the most shocking moments. Sam gripped the microphone, his voice low and slightly trembling. "There are things we have kept secret for many years, but today, I think it is time to tell the truth." The whole audience fell silent. Fans held their breath, the camera lens pointed straight at them. Caitriona looked at Sam, her eyes both worried and determined, then slowly continued. "We have hidden more than people think. Behind the scenes that seem to be just acting, there are moments when it is impossible to distinguish what is scripted and what is real." A loud noise rang out from the audience. People began to whisper, wondering, are they talking about real-life feelings? Sam turned to Caitriona, her blue eyes shining with defiance. "Yes, we promised to keep it a secret. But over the years, every look, every smile on screen was not entirely an act. There were emotions that got out of control." The crowd exploded. Screams, applause, and gasps echoed everywhere. Several reporters immediately stood up, ready to ask questions. Caitriona raised her hand to calm everyone down. She smiled, but her smile was full of contradiction. "But this is not the most shocking thing. The truth is, we went through a secret period that no one knew about. A trip, a memory, that if exposed earlier, perhaps our entire careers would collapse." The atmosphere became suffocating. Someone from below shouted, "Speak clearly. What is it?" Sam squeezed Caitriona's hand, as if mustering up all her courage. "We're not just co-stars. We have an unspoken pact, a secret that even the crew doesn't know about. And that truth can completely change the way people see us." The whole room was in chaos. Cameras, microphones, and the constant calling of their names. But just when everyone was waiting for the final answer, Caitriona suddenly dropped the microphone, pulled Sam off the stage, leaving the audience in an unprecedented storm of rumors. The stage was still ringing with chaotic screams as Sam and Caitriona disappeared backstage. Reporters rushed in, cameras flashing, fans screaming for answers. But it was the suddenness of their departure that made everything more mysterious than ever. Backstage, the door closed, and Sam leaned against the wall, breathing heavily. Caitriona turned to look at him, her eyes shining with determination. "We've done something we can't undo, Sam," she whispered. Sam chuckled, a laugh that was both relieved and bitter. "Yes, but maybe it's time. We've been living in masks for years. I'm tired of it, Kate." Caitriona was silent for a few seconds, then moved closer to him. For a moment, the air seemed to stop. The dim backstage light fell on their faces, reflecting the truth that had been buried for so long. "Do you think we can handle the consequences?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. Sam grabbed her hand and squeezed it. "I don't know, but I'd rather let the world judge than continue to pretend." The next day, social media exploded. Thousands of hashtags appeared, and photos of the press conference spread at breakneck speed. Newspaper headlines read, "Sam Caitriona, the truth behind the show? Shocking revelation. What secrets could ruin a career? Outlander or their lives?" Fans were divided. One believed it was a publicity stunt. The other insisted that there was definitely a relationship between them in real life. Meanwhile, Sam and Caitriona remained silent. They gave no interviews, posted nothing on social media. The more silence, the more curiosity grew. 3 days later, a surprise announcement was made. Sam and Caitriona would be doing a global live interview. The news was like a bombshell. Millions of people tuned in to watch. The interview began. The host sat in the middle, Sam and Caitriona sat across from each other. The atmosphere was so tense that every breath was amplified. "The whole world is waiting for you two to say what you hinted at the press conference," the host began. "So what's the secret?" Sam took a deep breath. His eyes looked straight into the camera, as if to address every single person watching. The secret is, there are scenes in Outlander that we didn't do anymore. We let our real emotions get in the way. The room exploded, the host was speechless, and global viewers instantly exploded on social media platforms. Caitriona continued, her voice trembling but firm. It's not just that. For a while, we actually had a private relationship. We dated in secret, away from all eyes. We went on trips that no one knew about, memories that only we and a few close people witnessed. The MC widened her eyes. You mean, while the whole world thought it was just on-screen chemistry, you two were actually… That's right, Sam interrupted, his voice firm. We were a couple. The studio fell into a deadly silence for a few seconds. Then the MC asked the question that everyone was thinking. So why did you two break up? And why did you keep it a secret? Caitriona looked down, a sadness flashing across her face. Because we knew that if the truth was exposed, everything would collapse. The movie, the image, the career, even our friendship. We chose to sacrifice our personal feelings to protect everything. Sam nodded. But the more we hid, the more we lived in torment. And when I stood on stage that day, I realized, I couldn't continue to live with that pain anymore. After the confession, the entertainment world fell into chaos. Crazy fans even formed their own groups to analyze every photo, every filming moment from the past, looking for evidence of this secret love. Some were outraged, thinking that they had betrayed trust by hiding the truth. But there were also countless people who were moved, considering it a beautiful but unfinished love story. That night, after the interview ended, Sam and Caitriona sat together, away from the spotlight. Outside, the media was still noisy, but in the small room, there were only the two of them and the warm silence. We just shocked the world, Caitriona said softly. Sam looked at her, his eyes gentle. At least, now we don't have to hide it anymore. She smiled, a smile mixed with tears. But that also means, from now on, things will never be the same. Sam reached out, gently touching her hand. Maybe, but no matter what, I have never regretted loving you. The light from the window shone in, clearly illuminating the two figures sitting next to each other, quiet but meaningful. Outside, the world was arguing fiercely. But in that moment, there was only the truth, naked, shocking, and also full of humanity. That amidst the layers of acting and fame, there had once existed a true love. It was thought that this was the final climax, but right after the interview, an anonymous message was suddenly sent to many major newsrooms. The content was only one line. They still haven't told the whole truth. There is another secret that is even more shocking. Along with the message was an encrypted file, which was said to contain never-before-seen photos and recordings of Sam and Caitriona on a secret trip many years ago. The media immediately exploded again. Journalists were frantically hunting, fans were confused, and social networking sites were abuzz with a series of hypotheses. Did their love affair last longer than they admitted? Was there a third person involved? Or was there some secret agreement between them that the entire crew was also kept in the dark? Sam and Caitriona chose to remain silent at this time. That silence was nothing less than confirmation that the next bomb had yet to explode. Late at night, a blurry photo leaked online. It showed Sam and Caitriona sitting next to each other in a completely unfamiliar place, their eyes filled with more than just love, but also fear, as if they were hiding something bigger than what had already been revealed. And so, instead of closing, the story exploded into a new chapter. Fans around the world waited, wondering, what was the final secret, and would they have the courage to admit it to the world?